Hey, what is happening? Hope you're doing well tonight. This is Jerry over at Wealth Dynamics. Hey, I'm coming to you today with a live video. Live stream tonight. I want to know what your number one financial goal is. Okay, I want to know because I believe that I can help solve your financial problems and help you achieve your financial goals. But I can't do that if I don't know what your goals are in the first place. Now, a goal is going to be a broad objective over a long period of time. Like a goal should be a lifetime goal. Like I'll talk to people sometimes and they'll say, Jerry, my goal is to pay off debt, or my goal is to save 20 grand. And those are actually targets. Those are good. You should have them. But I believe you need something bigger than that too. You need a goal. You need something bigger that you're like for me, my goal, it's something I'll probably never achieve in my lifetime. It's that big. It's something that it's so big, I don't think I'll actually be able to do it. But because it's so big, the pursuit of that goal never stops. Okay, I want you to think about with finances. The average person, their goal is actually finite. It ends. Retirement. My goal is to retire. That's going to end. Buy a house. My goal is to buy a house. Then what? My goal is to send my kids to college. Then what? See, those are all targets. Those are all things that you're going to do along the way in order to fulfill the goal. But I want you to think about what is your number one actual financial goal. Okay, mine is to build wealth. Mine is to become massively wealthy to the degree that I can live abundantly and with prosperity in every single area of my life. Where there's no scarcity. I can treat money like oxygen. Meaning I never consider money in any of my decisions. That's my goal. That's freedom. I can give the way I want to. I can do anything I want to without any restriction. But I want to know, what is your number one financial goal? Okay? And I want you to post it in the comments, because I think a goal that's not shared is a cop-out. Okay, if you don't share your goal, it's because you probably aren't actually willing to go out and achieve it. You don't want somebody to know that that was your goal. Okay, you don't want anyone to be aware of the fact that you committed to it, because if you don't achieve it, then no one's going to hold you accountable. Or you've got people in your life that they attack your goal. When you share your goals, you got people that you spend your time with that are like, hey, that's too much. You don't need all that. Don't think that way. That's greedy. You're not going to go to heaven. Whatever the thing is, right? But those are the only two reasons someone wouldn't share a goal. And if it's the second one, I want to encourage you, get rid of those people. Doesn't mean you got to cut them off forever, but it means you should spend substantially less time with them. If they're making you less motivated, they don't need to know your financial goals. Someone like me, though, my goal is to actually help you get there. So the reason I want to know your financial goal is so that I can help you, so that I can actually help you get there. So in the comments, I want you to post, what's your number one financial goal? Okay, I remember my number one financial goal, the first one I can remember having. I wanted to save $100 to buy basketball cards. Okay, I was probably 12 years old. I was really into basketball. So I was like, man, if I had $100, I could buy this set of cards. And it wasn't the set of cards I wanted. It was the LeBron James rookie card that I wanted. I wanted that card. So my goal was that. I was like, man, I want to achieve $100 so I can buy that box and get the chance to get that card, because that was valuable to me. There was purpose behind that. Okay, I remember another one of my goals in high school. I wanted to own an Audi. Okay, I wanted an Audi, like a vehicle. That was like the thing that I wanted the most, was I wanted to drive an Audi. I saw someone that had one. I was like, man, that thing is sick. My financial goal, I want 10 grand so I can go buy an Audi. Now I've got a Beamer. I don't have an Audi, and I like the Beamer better. But I never got to that goal. And the reason why is I didn't share it with anybody. I shared it maybe with one person, and it wasn't something I was sharing to be like held accountable or to commit or get encouragement. I was sharing the goal because I thought it was going to impress a girl. Okay, so this goes back to your goals, right? If you're sharing goals just to impress people, your goals aren't going to happen. Your goal, like the reason you have a goal, is you should be trying to impress yourself. If you accomplish that goal, that should impress you. It shouldn't be for somebody else. Now, it doesn't mean it's not going to help somebody else, but it means that you're doing it to see what you're capable of. You're not doing it for outside validation or approval from other people. Jacob Myers, I love it. The goal is to get to 10 million in 5 years. That's an awesome goal. 10 million, Jacob, my question, 10 million in assets, 10 million in income, 10 million in cash flow, or 10 million in net worth? Let me know what it would be. So guys, I want to know, what are your financial goals? And I want to know them in the comments. If you're watching tonight, drop it in the comments. Let me know what your financial goal is. The goal, by the way, that's going to keep you motivated. Not just the goal that's going to keep the bills paid next month or next week. What's the goal that's going to keep you motivated? The thing that's going to make you grind for the next 20 years trying to achieve it, because the payoff is that big for you. I didn't actually start setting goals right, by the way, till I read a book called The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. That book changed my life, by the way, literally changed my life. People have said stuff changed their life. Literally, my entire life changed. I work for the guy now. That's how much that book changed my life. I dropped everything and started doing what that book said. And the reason why is it taught me how to set goals. Okay, it taught me that my goals need to be 10 times bigger. 10 times bigger than I think they need to be. Before that, I remember listening to a book, I think it was by Brian Tracy. And nothing against Brian, he's great at what he does, but he was saying that your goals should only be about 50% larger than what you're currently doing, because otherwise they're going to be unrealistic and your mind won't take them seriously, and you'll be too distracted on not knowing what to do because it's too big, or you'll be disappointed if you don't hit it. That was the reasoning. And I listened to that for like probably a year. I was like, okay, well, I made 30 grand last year, so this year I want to make 45 or 50. Okay, believe it or not, this was in 2015, guys, 2015. My number one financial goal was to make 50 grand. That was it. I was focused on 50 grand when I was probably, how old am I now? I'm 26, 4 years ago, I was 22. So at the age of 22 years old, my number one financial goal was to make 50 grand. The reason why, I heard one time my parents talking about how much my dad would make that year. And I was like, man, if I can make 50 grand, then I can make as much as my dad was making. And that was a big deal to me. Okay, and I hit that goal, but the problem was, guys, that I hit that goal, I didn't even realize I hit it. Who's ever had a goal like that? You have a goal that's so small that you don't even realize you hit it. It's almost like a happy surprise. It's like the 20 bucks you find in your jean pocket, and you like reach in and you're like, oh, 20 bucks. Now it's only 20 bucks. It's not going to make a difference, but because you weren't expecting it, key is you weren't expecting it, you're excited when it happens. Because I had no expectation, I was excited when I found out I did hit the 50K. Now, it didn't make an impact because my lifestyle didn't change. I was still terrified every 2 weeks. I was still waiting for the next commission check. I still had no control over my income. And it's because I set goals that are too small. So I want to know in the comments, what are your financial goals? Okay, what are your financial goals? What are your financial targets? Paul Simon says freedom. Freedom comes in chunks. I agree with that. Freedom comes in chunks. Tasks, keep knocking them off to get the goal. That's very true, Paul Simon. By the way, Paul Simon is one of my guys in the UK. Make sure you check him out. He's doing great things over there. But that's true. Freedom does come in chunks. Okay, you may not hit the goal all at once. You're going to have it broken down into chunks, and those chunks are called targets, and those targets are made up of tasks, daily disciplines, things you do every single day to achieve the task. But if you don't have the goal in the first place, you're not going to want to achieve the task. I want you to think about like the mornings you wake up. The mornings you wake up, you don't want to go to work. You don't want to do it again. You're not ready. You're not excited. You're not motivated. The reason why is you lost sight of your goal. Either you lost sight of the goal, or you had too many failures stack up and that goal now seems unrealistic. It's no longer real to you. You're taking less responsibility. You're hoping something different happens, but you're like, man, based on what's been happening, it's going to be the same thing tomorrow. I don't want to wake up and do it again. That comes from either not having a goal and just going to work without a purpose, doing the deal without any reason to do the deal. And it also comes from forgetting you had a goal in the first place. So guys, I want to know your financial goals. If you're watching this, if you're a client of mine, I want to know what your goals are. Okay, if you're watching this and you're not a client of mine, my goal for you, if you're not a client, is for you to become a client. Okay, I've got products that are free. I can do a free financial plan for you. I can get you on a $30 book, a $5 wristband to keep you motivated. I can get you on a $60 course. I've got Wealth Dynamics University for $149. I've got coaching packages for $5,000. There's tons of things I can help you with, but I need to know your goals first. Okay, so if you haven't shared your goals with somebody, I want you to share them now. Lexi, what's one of your goals?
My goal is to get super fit. I want to get down to about 15% body fat at about 115 or 120 pounds by June, July-ish. So very specific.
Awesome. Lexi knows her goals. So guys, I want to know, what is your number one financial goal? If you're watching this video after the fact, I want you to message me. Let me know. I'm actually going to respond. We always respond to our messages. Message me, I'll get back to you, and I'll make sure that I have something that can help you. Whether that's advice, whether that's a free coaching call, whether that is you know, a wealth creation formula that we don't charge you for. If you do want coaching, maybe it's that. But you got to communicate the goals, guys. So that's the message I want to drop tonight. Make sure you're communicating goals to people who are going to partner with you and become your ally. Okay, so thank you for watching tonight. Thank you for everyone that shared your goals. And if you have somebody in your life that needs to see this because they've got big goals, they're not living those goals out, I want you to share this video so they see it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Again, share. Have a fantastic night. I'll talk to y'all soon.